Well, that was the weirdest thing. I just woke up and I didn't know where I was.
Good morning.
Oh my God. Holy cow. That was so weird.
Crazy, isn't it?
Did I just pass out or what just happened?
Yeah, you passed out for a second there.
Oh my God.
You actually went up with the Blue Angels, so would love to get a little background on your aviation enthusiasm, and if you want to share a little bit of your memory from the Blue Angels, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the coolest thing ever. I grew up as a kid. Top Gun came out when I was 13, and I saw that, and the only thing I ever wanted to do in life was to be a naval aviator, or Air Force. I like F-15s also. But I had bad eyes, so at the time you were just completely exempt. There was no chance. I mean, I think it's a little different now. But at the time I had no chance of flying in either military side. But I got my pilot's license when I was 16, or let's see, in 91. So yeah, I would have been like 17 or 18. Flew single engine planes, flew multi-engine planes. And I think at the time I got the ride was in 2003. It was when I was driving for Panther Racing. It got set up and I went out to El Centro, brought my whole family, have a ton of great pictures, have the video, which I'll share with you. And got to ride in the back seat of number 7 with, his call sign was Merlin. And we talked a lot about it. I told him I knew everything. I mean, I was a pilot, so I could see, I could see most of the instruments were similar. And it was, we took off, did, performance climb, did all the maneuvers, fell asleep at least once, like severely, woke up, had no idea where the hell I was, upside down at the top of an Immelman maneuver. And I remember he said, "Good morning, sunshine." So it was, my passion, I fly, I have a jet that we fly. I have a Gulfstream G100, which is a Israeli aircraft, Astra, that was relabeled when Gulfstream bought Galaxy Aerospace. And it is absolutely my passion. And I think a lot of race car drivers love flying planes. I mean, if you look around, you got guys flying helicopters, planes. I think some have even flown real big planes, jumbo jets. But riding with the Blue Angels was probably the coolest thing in my life I've ever done, to the extent that I came back to Missouri, and I believe I wrote a letter to Kit Bond, who was our senator, to see if I could be exempt from the age limitation, because I think I was 34. I had LASIK by that time, so I could see, and then obviously nothing ever came from it. But again, it's just the most fantastic thing ever. And I as I sit here, I can look at multiple pictures in my office that have Blue Angels in them.
Yeah, just like the ones behind me here. I got a question related to how you deal with high G forces as an IndyCar driver. Was that at all helpful in preparing you for the high Gs that you felt in the back of a Blue Angel? Because you mentioned you fell asleep there, and I guess that shocks me given your G tolerance as a race car driver.
Well, I was a little vain, and I made the mistake. Like, they teach you how to do the hick maneuver. You squeeze all your muscles and you say hick, hick. And of course I'm there, and the camera's right on me, and I'm like, that looks kind of stupid. I'm not going to do that. I didn't do it, and it didn't work out for me. What I'll say is that it's just absolutely amazing. Those guys, and I don't know if they do now, but at the time they did not wear G suits. They were in the gym training hours and hours a day. Those are probably some of the fittest individuals out there that are flying the Blue Angels.
Yeah, they haven't changed. They still don't wear G suits, but that's awesome. Yeah, I've always wondered that, because I've seen a lot of IndyCar drivers go up and they always play it in a little segment online, and then a lot of the drivers. I put one on my webpage the other day of Alex Zanardi getting out of the back of Blue Angel and kissing the ground, and I was like, that's so strange, given you guys are nuts with what you do. So
it's a different. The positive G is different than like the lateral G, and I just remember thinking, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to ask him if I could, and by the time I got through these maneuvers, he's like, all right, your bag of gas, what do you want to do? And I'm like, how about just a little, straight level, or maybe a wing over or something like that. Just because and then the final one, of course, is the carrier brake right at the end. And I survived that one. I stayed awake for that one, but it's just really on the level of athleticism of those pilots. It's just so cool. I mean, I would drop anything to be able to have have done that, and it's everything about it's awesome. I mean, I don't need to explain that to you because you're aware, but it's so cool.